World Youth Day, the global mega event where a huge crowd of young Catholics join together to proclaim their faith, is coming soon. The Pope will be with them in Panama City at the end of January. Paul Jarzembowski is a top official at the U.S. Bishops' Youth and Young Adult Ministries, and he joins us now from Washington. Paul, thank you so much for being with me. You know, strengthening the faith of young people is your biggest job. Now, to that end, you have said in the past that our church family is incomplete. Can you explain that?
Well, across the United States, in fact, across the world, young people are increasingly disengaging from the practice of the faith. So our sons and daughters, our brothers and our sisters are who are in their 20s, who are in their teens, who are in their 30s. All these young people are more and more are disconnecting from the practice of the faith. So our family is incomplete. We seem to have older generations connected to the church, but when it comes to the younger groups, they're not as connected, and so therefore there is a completion that we need to shore up a little bit.
Which means you have a big task ahead of you, Paul. So please give us some perspective. How vital is World Youth Day to the success of your work?
Well, World Youth Day is one of those tentpole events in the life of the Catholic Church. It comes around every so often, and what it does essentially is embolden the missionary disciples, the active young adults, the active young people in their faith, giving them the strength and the tools they need, the motivation they need to go out and be evangelists, to be disciples to their peers. So this, in a way, is a giant recharge moment for especially those who are active in the faith. It makes their connection to the church even deeper, and then ultimately sends them out on mission to their peers.
Paul, I have to ask you this. The clerical sex abuse crisis, it's captured so much attention, as I'm sure you know. As far as you can tell, will that crisis impact turnout at the Youth Day gathering?
At this point, we have not seen any change in the registrations from before or after. Registrations continue to rise, both on the national scene and I know globally. So I'm not aware of any particularly direct impact.
Now, selecting a Central American country for World Youth Day, that's likely to mean a great deal to Hispanic and Latino communities. So can we expect a message to immigrants to come out of this event?
Well, it's not me to figure out what the Holy Father will say, but certainly this moment will draw a lot of attention to Latin America. I mean, this in a way is the first World Youth Day to be held in Central America, and the Latin American cultural reality will be very much present throughout all of World Youth Day.
And when they bring that back home, Paul, what do you hope will be the long-term effects of this event when the week of activities is complete?
When people come back, we see a renewal of leadership, vocations to priesthood and religious life, vocations to marriage, and then the vocation of being engaged as an active Catholic, in the faith increases. So we see a lot of young people step into leadership roles as a result of this. So for me, what comes of this is, again, another renewal of leadership in our church from the face of the young people.
All right, Paul, thank you so much for being with me. We're going to leave it on that very positive note.
Thank you.